Yeah, see, when I have had it stalled, it won't let me go live. I'm gonna have to do another
Room.
stream key. Mm-mm. And we're live, but I have to add another stream key. It didn't work for me. Hopefully, it does for you, bro. Happy Thursday, everyone. We are live and
I can't.
troubleshooting up in this piece. That's how it goes. Libra Nation, Libra Nation.
Okay. All right. Let me move this mic a little bit closer. What's going on, VPR? Kiana,
Yeah.
Kiana caught me off guard. We're starting the show today, but I'm in positive spirits. I'm happy to have you guys here. We're streaming right now. I think on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and soon we'll have Twitter. What's going on, VPR? Shout out to y'all. Hopefully, y'all spirits are glowing and vibrating as high as me and my partner over here.
Yes, sir.
So, Kiana,
Mhm.
I'm gonna just kick it off like this. Since it's just me and you chopping it up right now. Before our guests get in here, Key,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I sit back and I find myself just viewing the internet culture
Hmm.
and
Oh
trying to
boy.
see why I find myself in that because
Right.
anything that now I comment um could be looked at as I'm the uncle in the room. So I'm
Wow.
always aware now.
Crazy too.
Yeah,
That's your
yeah.
unk status, like,
It
because you're
happened
such
overnight,
a good
VPR. I,
man.
I can't I can't make this up. It happened overnight.
But you know
But
what it is too, FMI, about you, and I've always thought this about you. You are so mature and you always have been. So you always kind of have been unk, even though it's like the little bro, because you're so full of wisdom and you've always been so focused. So I think that just you create an atmosphere in which people want to just stop and listen to what you have to say. You know what I mean?
nah, I appreciate that, Kiana. I've been told that periodically throughout my life, and it really started to ring true. But
Hmm.
VPR. So when I find myself in these comment sections online, I'm always looking at it from every angle. I try to put myself in each person's shoes, even if I
Libra
don't
woman.
agree.
Hmm.
Um, but I say that to say this: all the Diddy talk that I've been seeing online, like
Oh.
as much as I understand, this trial is going on and they're figuring out what happened with all the baby oil. I'm just I'm like, I don't know what's true from not true, and that's not for me to decide.
Yeah.
But when I'm sitting there listening to the Kim Porter book and all of these things are happening and they're ringing true,
Hmm.
and I'm seeing more people come to light
Hmm.
and put more accusations upon Sean Combs, I just sit back and I'm just observing it because before we cast someone as guilty, even though it's all this damning evidence and
Right.
all these people are speaking out against him, I
Hmm.
just really want to sit back and get the bird's eye view before I just cast all my judgment. You
Okay. I
know,
do want to ask you a question though. You've been in this industry a long time. I've been in this industry a long time. Have you heard references to Diddy parties before this came out and kind of what people alluding to what happens at those Diddy parties? Because I can tell you that I've heard firsthand from different parties the same, right? Like never me being personally in the room, but it's like you hear it the first time, you're like, that sounds crazy, right? Like this person's crazy. Then you hear it the second, third, fourth, eighth, and I'm like, whoa, what kind of wildness? And I was watching a clip because you know what's happening, right? Now they're combing through all of
yeah.
the interviews. He said some wild shit, bro. I wish that I would have gotten you this clip earlier, but you guys can Google it. Conan O'Brien was asking him, what
Oh
do you
yeah.
do for a Diddy party? He was
Let
like,
me let me bring that up for you guys, VPR.
I'm
Go ahead.
glad. We need alcohol. We need no air conditioning because that's going to make it hot and the alcohol is going to kick in more. Right. We need locks on the doors. Right. And everybody's laughing. Conan's like, that sounds scary or whatever. He's like, oh, there's some cake to it.
Conan O'Brien. I'm gonna say that.
So I feel like not only have people known about this for a long time, but like when it comes to light, right, it's kind of like it's been in front of your face, if you will. And not to mention, and I want to be very clear about this, right? Because if you understand the structures of how things are built, then you understand that the entertainment industry, real estate, there's groups of people that own these multiple industry media, right? And so you have to take that into account as well and consider that a lot of the people that will be prosecuting Diddy and involved in all of that may or may not have been involved in these types of acts themselves.
I seen a clip come out recently of Justin Bieber, and he was crying over Billie Eilish, and he was saying, "I wish I could
Mm.
save her from this industry, save her. Just I don't want her to lose herself."
Yeah, because she already
And
like a really hurt kind of soul.
yeah, I never understood Billie Eilish's music as much, but
Right.
I always tried to give it a listen and give it a fair shake.
Hmm.
But all these stories that we're now seeing right now, I don't want to sit back here and act like we didn't suspect these things.
Hmm.
Um, People's personalities become more of themselves when it's emboldened with money, fame, and power. So this doesn't seem far fetched that someone could act upon these behaviors. We've seen the Harvey Weinsteins and them having more power than said Diddy in certain industries, and how they wielded that power, and how they were persecuted after, or lack thereof persecution after, for all that they've done. So I'm sitting back and I'm seeing it through that lens also, of Diddy being who he is, him being a part of hip hop culture, him being one of the four founders, like really building pillars of this,
Hmm.
bringing some of the greatest acts to hip hop that we have ever seen,
Very
namely
true.
Biggie, Greg
That's
Mack,
undisputable.
and a few, you know what I mean? So we can't take away those accolades from him, but he's affected a ton of lives on his journey.
Hmm.
And I'm not going to make light of the situation, because I'm seeing how many people are outpouring their emotions after all of these years and how they've been affected. So I just think we should just sit back and really watch this. I know all the jokes and memes, it's not going to slow it down. I get
Yeah,
that. But
I
I
don't like.
want them
I
to focus
don't
on
like yeah,
the
like
case. I don't want it to get any misdirection or keying and ha-ha, because we're normalizing the behavior to a certain extent.
hello.
And that's why I want to stay away from. I still want to treat it
Hmm.
with the respect for the victims that
That's
went
right.
through it,
Yep.
and just not on the baby oil aspect. I know we could get our jokes off. I'm not always serious, but
Yeah.
people's lives have been affected. That's
I
all.
completely agree with that, partner, because I think that, and we saw it with Weinstein too, right? Like there were memes and everything, but I think, like you said, the way that he was immersed and still is immersed in the hip hop culture really, takes the creativity to another level. But people aren't thinking about, that's right, the victims that have been hurt, the victims that are still speaking out. And, you hear a lot of, oh, why are you talking now? Sometimes people are
Yeah, like
afraid, right? Like, don't tell me people were not
Diddy was
for their lives.
allegedly, you know what I mean? He was cutting the top of soft tops of Kid Cudi's car and throwing in Molotov cocktails. So if he's willing to go to those extents with a male, what do you think he's willing to do with a woman? We've seen on video what he did to
Cassie.
Cassie.
Mm.
So let that tell you where he is
Hmm.
in
And that
his
was
mind state.
right. That was one that we saw.
Yeah, that was one of many, but
Right.
and then you hear that he's trying to get transferred to a different prison,
Mm.
just because I've heard the Essex County in Newark or Jersey, it's a little bit easier for him to spend his time.
Mm.
Where yeah, and he has like 23-hour a day lockdown, well 24-hour supervision, but 23 hours a day lockdown. So
Mm.
I find it interesting that we care about his living conditions in there. People want to make sure he suffers. I just want to make sure he sees and goes through the right trial, and gets his day in court, and people get to answer for the crimes or lack thereof crimes that he did. So that's where I'm in. Or that's where I'm at with a VPR. My bad to start y'all off on such a heavy, a heavy topic. But we have our guests in here. But I do want to get up two records. Shout out to my YMVS team, of course, Rock Street Records, YMG, Def Jam, of course, is always in the building. I
Yes,
got
sir.
this record that I'm putting up here. It's feeling sexy. We just ended out the summer. We're going in the fall, right? We're in fall. We in
Yeah.
fall.
Is
Yeah.
this that
So
Brooklyn and Libra season? Libra season.
that Libra season's in full effect.
Yeah.
So let me pull up this record by the one and only YMVS Brooklyn herself, man. Let's light it up.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Can you match my energy? Yeah, 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 yeah. Can we make a memory? Yeah, 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 yeah. Doing things we can't believe. Yeah, 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 yeah. Tonight I miss everything. I was on the jet, but you gotta show me. Can you keep the energy in motion without getting caught up in emotion? Look at what the ice be
Yes, VPR, we are tapped, and I love bringing you guys new music, and that will be added to our VPR playlist on Spotify and all of our DSPs that we're
Yes, sir.
pushing it out through. So, with that being said, I would love to bring our guest up here, Davion Forever, the
Forever,
talented,
forever,
the
What up?
amazing.
ever.
I'm gonna let you take off, brother. I'm gonna let you finish it.
Good, good, y'all. How y'all feeling?
We are great. What about you, Davion?
I'm wonderful. I'm up. It's a good day. I'm excited to see y'all since the last time I got to be on y'all show. So I appreciate you having me back. That's what's up.
Hey man, we had to have you back. Our guests, our people that view us were sitting there and they were blown away by your voice. I'm still sitting there listening to your music, man.
I
And every
appreciate.
time because it like I said last time, and we did have you up here. It's that
Mhm.
essence. And right now, with everything that's going on in the music industry, a lot of people are stepping down.
Yeah,
We need this pure essence and pure energy. At least I do.
I do too, partner. I definitely will concur with that. And Davion, you've been dropping new songs, right? Like you've been on your grind. I know you've been building up your studio even more. We want to catch up with you and find out what you've been up to. And if you could kind of recap for the people that didn't see the first part of your interview, just a little bit of your journey up to here, and then tell us what you've been up to over the last like 5 or 6 months.
Okay, so in case you ain't seen me last time, my name Davion Forever. I'm from East St. Louis, Illinois. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, studio owner. I just make music. That's my everything. I don't do nothing else with my day. So in the past few months, I dropped a few singles. The first one was My Piece. That was the one we was discussing. We were here last time. Then we did the remake from The System, Don't Disturb This Groove. And then recently we dropped a song called Just Because, which is dedicated to Teddy Riley and the whole New Jack Swing sound. And I got more of those too coming. It's an EP of that. We gonna get to that later. And also, me and Pudge the Fat Bastard got Bad Energy that we recently just dropped, and that's hard. I love that. So, yeah, that's what we've been doing musically. We just moved studios. We went from a small little humble spot that y'all saw me at the last time to a way bigger spot. I get lost in here every day. If I had a Fitbit on, the numbers is running out. It's crazy. So, yeah, we're just working down here getting it in.
So I was on your Instagram earlier,
Mhm.
or I think it was Instagram or YouTube, and when I was going through it, I was shocked when I seen the "Don't Disturb This Groove." I
Oh,
was just like, "Wow!" I sat back, Kiana, and you know why? As soon as I seen it, I had to click it, and I do want to bring it up here for our viewers. But
okay.
we had the system up here, so it just, it always feels organic when we have both of our guests and they created music together. That
Yeah,
is beautiful. And well, doing the cover. So I want to
that's,
bring that up here so our viewers can get a listen to that, man.
let's do it.
All right. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share. Please, we really do appreciate it here at VPR Radio. We want to give a platform to artists just like Davion himself where they doing something great. Let's get to it.
G-Weeks on the beat, yeah. I'm in heaven. Pay attention. Are you listening? You're my favorite girl. Excuse me for the moment. In another world, on a mountain, by a fountain, flowers blooming everywhere. With Venus and with Cupid, the picture's very clear. Hang the sign up on the door. I said, don't disturb this groove. Just a way to say that I'm so into you.
Yes, sir. And let me tell you something about that, right? We get a lot of sampling and stuff these days of music that we've grown up on or our parents have grown up on. And a lot of times it's kind of chopped and screwed, right? Like you get a little bit of
Yeah,
it and then you're like, okay, well, you did that song such wonderful justice. You feel me? Without like completely changing those elements and turn it into like a hip hop R&B version.
Yeah.
We were talking about that last time, right? Like you keep
yeah.
it smooth and sexy, and it's like that's you're transitioning and now also offering a song to probably the millennials and Gen X's and Z's that didn't even know it, and now they can expand their knowledge. So very
Kiana, who made this beat?
G Weeks on the beat.
Who made this beat? That's all I'm saying there. I'm like, it's you. I was gonna say, hold on, I know you say you create beats. I'm like, this you.
Nah, this one ain't
Oh.
me. My partner G Weeks on the beat. My boy is fired. So he the same producer that did my piece too.
Bring
Yeah.
my piece back.
Yeah.
That's
That's the one.
So,
Yeah.
you know, Davion, so did you grow up listening to the system?
Bro. So funny story. The short answer is no. Not at all. So when I heard that song for the first time, right? This is a weird, funny, hilarious story. So a couple years ago, I was just doing some songwriting stuff, and I got a producer friend. He signed to Sony. He sends me like a little beat pack. He like, yo, I need some hooks for such and such. So I'm like, cool. So I send a bunch of stuff to him. One of the things I send him that the system song was a sample on one of the beats, but we never ended up using whatever this song was. And before that sample, I was like, oh, I don't know what this sample's from anyway. So fast forward a couple years later, I'm talking to Pudge and he like, yo, we need you to do this song over. Somebody heard your voice. They think it's dope. We need you to cut this record. And they sent me the song. And I was like, why do I know this? And come to find out, it's the system. So I had to go on a whole little binge and go check them out and be like, oh, okay, so it's two of them. I always thought it was one person. So yeah, that was just an interesting journey, an interesting story. Like they in the studio with my New York team and they just like, oh, who is that singing? So that's how I ended up on the record.
You know what we got to do, right? We got to get the system and you back together.
Let's do that.
And that's a fact. That is going to be a hit because learning their journey and how they started like randomly working together, like it's impossible. And it wasn't Don't Disturb This Groove. It was another song that was being pitched to Madonna that wound up being their breakout song and getting them like their first Grammy and placement in Beverly Hills Cop. And it's just when you see those beautiful things come together, and I know for us as partners, like he was saying, it's so connected. When I even heard about you doing it, I was like, yo, Pudge, like we interviewed them. That's so sick. And the system was out kind of before my time, but that was the one song that really stuck with me. They used to play that song on the radio all the time. And I didn't know what it meant. Like, don't disturb this groove. Later, I was like, oh, this groove.
I'm telling you, it hit different when I hopped in a young lady's car and she was younger than me. Yeah. And she's like, this is one of my favorite songs. And she put this on. I looked at her because we just interviewed the system like 2 weeks ago. And I looked to the left in her car and I'm like, you know this? You're younger than me. But how? And I was like, really? So for me, I've come to terms, like before you join the room, I've come to terms with I am now the old head in the room. Crazy. I woke up today and I'm getting called Unc. And I'm like, yo, what? I'm in the club. Like, what? I'm on tour with y'all. Yeah. You 25. I'm like, I'm right here next to you. Nah, you Unc. Oh, all right. All right, bro. So, Davion, as I'm sitting here across from you, I got this record called Just Because in front of me, right? Oh. And I'm watching the cover art and I'm just sitting at it. I'm trying to feel it. I'm not going to click play yet. I want our viewers to get the same experience that we do. So before I get into this record, Just Because.
Okay.
What made you write that?
Well, so a lot of the times when you ask me a question, it's going to revert back to Pudge because Pudge is my mentor. So
Pudge is nasty. I have not heard a whack song from that man, and I could put my hand on the Bible.
Nah, same thing. I could get a Bible from every culture and still be telling the truth. Mm-hmm. So basically, he was like, because, before I met Pudge, my music was a little different. I made boundaryless music. Let's put it
whoa. Dive into that. Because I got time. It's the morning. It's VPR. What's up?
So, I was really into my sexuality. Let's say that. I was talking to females in a different voice. Let's say that. So the music I was making before I met Pudge, I wasn't focusing on the broad horizon of things I could be talking about. I was pretty much trying to get into draws. That's where my music was at. This is like a year or two ago. So,
I heard one of them
like
draws.
Jay Holiday bed kind of getting into the draws, or Pony Genuine getting into the draws.
all of
a little combined with
Okay.
a little
Like-
Nick.
yeah, I-
Cisco.
I got a song I will point you to, and you will know exactly what I'm talking about. But basically, Pudge sat me down, and he was just like, "Hey, man, ain't nobody talking about love no more, right?" And he's like, "If you want to be set apart from what everybody else is doing, you need to talk about what everybody else is afraid to talk about." And I was like, "You know what? You right." And he was like, "Bro, sing to these women. Tell them what's really going on. Stop doing all of that other stuff. You could do that whenever." And I was like, "You know what? You right." So he was like, "Make a song and call it Just Because." And that's how I came up with the song. The lyrics just came to me when I heard the beat. That was how that go. But other than that, the story of how I got there, it was literally just go make a song and talk about love. Stop, don't skip a step.
Right.
VPR. And
Such
then
an essential step that makes the world go round, right? And this is part of why I love Pudge, and shout out to Pudge. But the vibration, right? We're trying to tap into the highest vibration, not even trying to. We're tapping into the highest vibration, and therefore it has to be reflected in what you watch, what you consume, what you listen to, what you put out, right? Because what we put out is what we're going to get back. And I think that's why we see so much of the conflict and so much of the rah-rah and the anger, right? And that love, that biggest element, that most powerful emotion, speak with that and from that, and you're changing the whole trajectory. So I mean, I completely agree, and I'm so happy that you took his much needed wisdom to do that, because your voice is pure too, right? So it's like, for me, sometimes it's like, oh God, he sings so well or she sings so well, but it's like, you feel me, on a song, on an R&B track.
Yeah, like what happened was another time, like, so my family is a musical family. So I was talking to one of my aunts on the phone, and I was excited about a song, and she was like, "Oh, I like this song, but I can't play this, nephew." And I was like, "Why? What's wrong?" She was like, "'Cause it's my nephew." I was like, "Oh man." Problem is, I like the song. I want to play the song, but I can't get out my head that it's my nephew singing a song. So I was like, I need to make something my auntie can listen to. And yeah.
That's so fire. I've never thought about it in that aspect. Like, what happens when mothers listen to their son's music or their aunts? Right. I never thought about this. We got gangster rappers rapping all this craziness.
Because, sometimes you do that and they don't get the message, and it's just like, yeah, this nephew. But in this case, it's like, I like it and it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's just the wrong person doing it. So I had to understand that.
VPR, that's different.
Yeah.
That is different. Let's bring up this record.
Yeah, let's go.
I don't know if I say it enough, because if you were stronger. You build me up, I know it's hard to deal. In a world of fakes, you gave me something real. Not 'cause you look so good to me, and your heartbeat beats for me, girl. Not 'cause you're successful, I don't need nothing to tell you that I care so deeply. You're the other half of me. Girl, you make me better, I don't need nothing to tell you. I love you just because you're my only. Don't ask me why, I love you just because.
Now that's a vibe. Yo, and as soon as the beat dropped, I was like, it took me to 90s R&B.
Yeah. I was like,
yeah.
He got it.
Tony, right, has done it again. I was like, whoa, where am I right now? But then your voice took it somewhere else. You're like, bro.
Thank you, Tiana. I appreciate it.
That beat just dropped, and I'm sitting there like, gosh, man. You know when you have one. When the record just stopped, you just start shaking your head. I'm just like, he know he had one with this. Yeah, I wonder with this.
Facts.
And VPR, there's a lot of singers in this world and entertainers in this world, but you can see when someone's at a point where they're doing it effortlessly. I have not. Well, when I'm listening to your music, it doesn't seem like you're pushing your voice past its limits. It seems like you are in a pocket no matter what octave you are hitting,
Facts.
and you are comfortable there. And because I really try to VPR, I really listen to songs as best as I can. I hear a lot of music. A lot of artists send me their music for submissions, showcases. So when someone's restoring the feeling for me, I gotta stop what I'm doing, and I gotta feel it, because I feel like that's what we've forgotten about music.
Yeah, I like that. That's what's up. I'm glad that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Like, honestly, I don't even know if I think about that while I'm writing and singing the songs that I'm doing. I'm really just, it's like when I sing a line, I'm like, do I believe what I just said? That's really what I do when I sing. When I write a song, it's like, okay, whatever you just said, do you believe it? If I have a moment where I feel like whatever I just sang, I'm like, nah, if whoever was listening to this, if I can't make them move or whatever I just said, I got to do it again.
Well, if you were lying, I believed you, bro.
You just gave me chills. He said that, and I'm sitting here like, damn, man. He's passionate about what he does, VPR, and I know y'all throwing up the hearts right now in the chat because y'all see it and y'all hear it.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
So you said you've been working with Pudge on a few new records. I seen that record Just Because dropped 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
What's on the up and coming with you as far as performances? Are we releasing a little bit more singles?
So I'm working on an album. It's almost done. There's that.
I have to stop playing. That album need to come out. Don't say
yeah. The only struggle with this is having so many records that you want to put out, and it's like I got a whole EP that has it's more Just Because. Like if you ask me, Just Because is just like the teaser song out of the rest of them. It's like you will be submerged into the 90s when you put this on. Period. You go in there. So it's that, and I'm also shooting. You can say it's a movie. I'm not gonna call it a movie. It might be more like a real life reality kind of segment about me and my journey and what I'm doing and what I face doing it. You know what I mean? Because it's not exactly an easy thing to wake up every day in an 8,000 square foot studio. You got to manage and make sure people coming in there still be an artist.
Rent got to get paid.
Yeah, because somebody wants that.
You know? So don't come here just trying to bullshit. If you're gonna be recording, you're gonna be recording. We working here.
Yeah, and then the other thing, I have to be the most serious artist because I'm the example. You know what I mean? So that's
when they come in there, they expect to hear some heat just from you. Oh, you're the one that runs it. Do you have any projects you have out?
That's the first question I get every time, and then I have to go through that process. But I like it. I love it. So it's all.
I always tell artists, it's not a problem of having too much music. The reason why you create this music is to put it out, and I feel as if people will gravitate to your sound. You have a sound, and especially if you stay in that Just Because it's nostalgic, you're introducing the younger generation to a sound where akin to they'll listen to Tory Lanez with his throwback 80s dance pop kind of thing, but you're giving the other side of that.
Yeah,
organically. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think they know how. Like, honestly, I feel like that era of music didn't have long enough of a run. It had
what? We're going back to it now.
Yeah, it had a lot of hits compressed into it, but it was like it's over that quick. So
guys, I'm gonna let something out here. I didn't realize Michael Jackson and how great he was. After seeing the Broadway play, I was like, I love Michael Jackson more. But the song that made me respect him is I think what was that last song that you had with Chris Tucker in it?
He is banging.
you know what I'm talking about? Like the whole video when they was fighting people. You know what I mean?
Rock My World, possibly.
Yeah. I never listened to this record until 2 weeks ago, where I sat there to myself and I'm like, wow, Michael Jackson didn't only elevate his sound throughout the eras. This man recreated it and did it with ease. What? Rock My World. Thank you, Vaughn. Thank you, Minx.
He
Yeah.
really took the top. So what I noticed, because I had to get into studying this element of Michael Jackson to even do the Teddy Riley project. So he took the top record of every era and killed the era. Like his record was the beginning of the next sound that was coming. Like every time he would drop something like "You Rock My World" and nobody else can drop a New Jack record after that no more. So now he got to change to something else. It's crazy.
He's like the Thriller music videos. Like I'm sitting back watching this man's catalog and how he was pushing the sounds and the barriers of music, and I'm just like, wow. I'm sitting there and I'm like, we've lost him way before his time. But we have so many artists that are putting out great music. That's why we have you here today on VPR pushing this sound that apparently me and the chat loves. Kiana, I know there's a lot going on outside, but I know you're gonna add to this. Yes. So I know, Davion, with everything that's happening in the music industry right now, how do you find yourself when it comes to promoting yourself? Are you pandering to any gimmicks or anything like that?
Okay, I don't believe in those, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because the gimmick people always last like 5 years or less to me. You don't see them too long, and even if they do last longer than that, they pretty much getting laughed at the whole time. Don't nobody really take a gimmick seriously. And I feel like if you want to have longevity, you got to do something that's gonna always be there. A gimmick ain't is exactly what it sounds like. It's like it's here today, it's gone tomorrow. And in this climate right now, I feel like the game board is being cleared a little bit, so maybe we don't have use for as many gimmicks anymore. You get what I'm saying?
We moving around the pieces a little bit, man. You know what I mean? Bad behavior gotta go. You know what I mean?
It's more like Jumanji, bro. I'm like,
you see what I'm saying? Get these motherfuckers out. Open the door. These motherfuckers is running this shit.
Yeah.
Now, I just feel like we do need to cleanse the music industry because it's had such a bad rap for how many years now? Our four founders. You're seeing the founders of hip hop do all this interesting behavior and using their power in a way where people that love music and have a love for music would never. You know what I'm saying? I can never send someone to get a cheesecake in downtown Brooklyn. That was for Beyonce, but anyway. Yeah, no, and Vaughn, we're calling this new genre nostalgic futuristic. Okay.
Yeah.
Nostalgic futuristic. How are we feeling about that, VPR? How are we feeling about that, Davion?
I like that. Nostalgic future. If I was to describe it, I kind of would have came up with that eventually. I like that they came up with that. Vaughn,
I'm fucking with that. You know what I mean? That's gonna land somewhere.
Yeah.
That's gonna land somewhere. Kiana, let me hand off the mic to you. I don't want to take all the talking. I know you have your guests there.
Bro, they mowing outside the window, so please just handle it because I don't want it to be
I didn't notice.
So the reason why I brought up gimmicks VPR, because I'm like, all right, we went through the tough guy R&B route. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like the YK Osiris's, which I'm still waiting for a record from him. I don't know. I don't know.
Come on.
What's going on? I didn't hear you.
So I would have gladly gave him one.
You see, we need definitely. So I'm gonna pull up one more record here because I do want to make sure I promote your music correctly, man.
Okay.
I'm a fan of your sound, and I want you to let everybody know where they can find you at, what projects that you have coming out. When is this album that you're putting together? Is it gonna come out during the fall, the winter? What is it looking like?
I'm an R&B singer, and the history of R&B is wintertime. That's you know what I'm saying. You got to
feel the cold in your heart.
Got to feel that warmth next to you. You got to be reminded what's going on. You know what I'm saying. So I like to drop. My favorite time to drop anything, honestly, is around February. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I love the first quarter of the music industry. That's really when you get to hear all the new stuff. You know, they save all the mainstream people for the end. I like to come in.
I was just like, I was wondering, VPR. I'm like, why are you in January? I'm just like, I'm thinking it to myself. I'm like, did people just get out of their relationship and he know his music gonna hit more? You know what I mean? Because he's gonna be saying, "Bring my peace back." You know what I mean? New year, new you kind of thing. They're gonna be listening to Davion forever.
Facts.
Nostalgic, futuristic music.
Exactly. Let's go.
I'm telling you, that's gonna be the name of the EP. This like 3-song, 4-song EP.
Shout out to Futuristic
Yo,
with
shout
that.
out to Von Ming. She might have dropped something. Wasted Spade. Thank you for the tune in. So, but guys, before we get out of here, I got one of my favorite records by this artist right here. And okay, I need y'all to go like this record. I need y'all to go share this record. I'm putting this on our VPR playlist because ain't nothing matter when you with somebody and they don't give you your piece. So, this is called My Piece by Davion Forever, man.
I miss you. Real shit. You took a part of me, it was the part I need. Bring my piece back, without you I'm not complete. You were a match for me. Bring my piece back, met me so suddenly, did it so subtly. Bring my piece back, you got a chunk of me. You were the one for me, somehow you gotta bring my piece back. I miss you. Bring my piece back. Bring my piece back. Functioning without you, no. Bring my piece back. I need it. Bring my piece back. Bring it to me. Bring my piece back. Oh. Yeah. 1 minute you here, and girl, next minute you gone. I blinked too fast and I didn't see you no more. Left me froze, like you took my battery. Now I'm on the side of the road. No, I never deserved you, but what I do to end up alone. I never hurt you, I never lied, but you never know. You'll never know. You disappeared on me, baby, when I needed you the most. I called your phone, I hit your gram, but you never showed. Ooh, you took a part of me, it was the part I need. Bring my piece back, without you I'm not complete. You were a match for me. Bring my piece back, met me so suddenly, did it so subtly. Bring my piece back, you got a chance.
All right, VPR. I can sit here and listen to this song. I'm in my feels like a motherfucker.
Got him grabbing air, bro.
I'm in my feels, VPR. When I listen to this, I'm in my feels, bro.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Damn.
I'm laughing at them grabbing air though. Like,
Nah, nigga, bring that back, man. You don't understand. If a man is sitting on a record, or if a man tells you that he cannot have peace with you, or if a woman tells you that they don't have peace with you, nothing else matters. And that's what that record really, it just relates to me. And no matter what mood I'm in, I feel that. Great job on that record.
thank you.
Yeah, it's going to change the world. I know that.
I love that. Appreciate it. I'm gonna say that shit one more time. We resonate with it.
Yes, sir.
Guys, this has been another episode of VPR Radio, but I want our guests to tell us where you could find this music, where you could find your Instagram, and everything that has to do with Davion Forever.
Yes, sir. So you can find me at Davion Forever, Davion Forever, Forever, everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Apple Music, everything. That's where I'm at. That's the name you follow. And just stay tuned. I'm gonna keep dropping. I'm gonna keep giving y'all until it catch on in this household. So let's go. Help me bring this to light. You know, I feel like a lone wolf out here. It ain't too many.
It ain't not like you, my brother. Not with the music you're creating. Substance in every bar.
And we got your back. So, keep doing it. Keep doing it. And
Absolutely.
the audience is loving it.
Seriously.
Appreciate y'all. The whole FM. Man, listen, y'all are doing the thing. I love that y'all got a whole audience here. They interactive. They giving the flame emojis. This is and yeah, y'all. I appreciate
it. Hey, everyone that's tuned in, we really do appreciate you here. Please give Davion Forever a follow, like his music, share it. He's a talented artist, and I know he's going to change the world with his message. So thank you for being up here, man. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Bring my piece back, VPR.
Yes, indeed. I'm gonna let you close it because they're not bringing my piece back with this mowing outside. I don't know.
Make love great again. I like that, Vaughn. Oof. Make love again. So, guys, before we get up out of here, I want to say I got so much love for you guys. I want you guys to have an amazing day. I want you guys to vibrate and shine brighter because that's what we do, and we will not stop. And on another note, me and Kiana's birthday is coming up. I'm the first. Kiana follows right after. And I don't know what we're gonna do, but we definitely want to do something special for you guys and protect our mental as well. But thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate you, Venus. Thank you, Vaughn, Waste Spade, Tron. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until next time, guys.